The emergency beacon pulsed red across the Galactic Council chambers, casting crimson shadows on the assembled delegates. Ambassador Zekthor of the Vryn Confederation slammed his primary manipulator against the obsidian table, his crystalline eyes reflecting centuries of calculated warfare. "The humans have become too dangerous," he announced, his translator rendering his clicks and whistles into perfect galactic standard. "Their expansion rate exceeds all projected models. In 3 centuries, they've colonized 47 systems. At this pace, they'll control a quarter of the galaxy within a millennium." Counselor Ithamiah, a being of pure energy contained within a gravitational field, flickered anxiously. "But the expansion protocols clearly state—" "Damn the protocols," Zekthor interrupted. "We established those rules when we were the only spacefaring species. Humans are different. They're reckless, unpredictable, and worst of all, creative in ways that defy all our strategic algorithms." The Council had watched humanity's rise with growing alarm. Other species took thousands of years to achieve faster-than-light travel. Humans did it in 300. Most civilizations carefully planned their colonial ventures, establishing a dozen worlds across millennia. Humans scattered like seeds in a cosmic wind, establishing settlements in the most inhospitable corners of space. Asteroid belts, gas giant moons, even the accretion disks of black holes. "I propose immediate implementation of Protocol Omega," Zekthor declared. "A coordinated strike on Earth and their primary colonies. We end this threat before it consumes the galaxy." After hours of heated debate, the vote was called. The decision was unanimous. Protocol Omega was activated. The armada assembled at the edge of human space was the largest military force in galactic history. 7,000 warships from 12 different species, each vessel bristling with weapons that could crack planets. Their target, the Sol system, humanity's birthplace and symbolic heart. Admiral Krenak of the Vryn fleet stood on his command deck, watching the final jump coordinates lock into place. "In 10 cycles, we jump to Earth. The age of human expansion ends today." The fleet emerged from hyperspace in perfect formation, weapons primed, shields raised. Before them lay the Sol system, 8 planets orbiting a yellow dwarf star. Sensors immediately began scanning for human vessels, orbital platforms, defense networks. Nothing. "Report," Krenak demanded. "Sir, there's nothing here," his tactical officer reported. Confusion evident even through the translator. No ships, no stations, no orbital defenses. Earth read, abandoned. "Impossible. Scan again." The results didn't change. Earth was a ghost world. The cities were dark, the power grids cold, the orbital elevators hanging like forgotten cobwebs in the void. Mars, once home to 1 billion colonists, was silent. The mining operations in the asteroid belt, empty. Jupiter's moons, Venus's cloud cities, Saturn's ring habitats, all vacant. Where did they go? Ithmiah whispered across the subspace link. That's when the message arrived. It was on every frequency and every language, impossible to ignore or intercept. A simple pre-recorded transmission featuring 2 humans, a young woman with dark hair and determined eyes, and a man with the easy confidence of someone who had gazed into the abyss and laughed. "Hello, Galactic Council," the woman said, her name appearing in the metadata as Anna Chen, Director of Human Exodus Initiative. "I'm guessing you're looking at empty planets right now. Don't worry, you didn't miss us. We left." Jack Morrison, Chief Navigator of the fleet deployment, continued with a slight smirk. "See, we've been monitoring your communications for decades. Not very secure, by the way. When we decoded Protocol Omega about 5 years ago, we had a choice to make. Prepare for war or prepare for departure." Anna leaned forward, her expression serious. "War would have been pointless. You outnumber us, outgun us, and frankly, we've only been a spacefaring civilization for 3 centuries. We'd lose and both sides would suffer catastrophic casualties. That's not acceptable. So we chose option 2, Jack said. 3 years ago, we initiated the largest logistics operation in human history. We didn't just evacuate Sol. We evacuated every human colony, outpost, and settlement in known space. All 14 billion of us. The tactical display on Krenak's command deck showed the enormity of what they were describing. Transponder logs indicated an exodus of unprecedented scale. Generation ships, colony vessels, and arc stations, all heading in a single direction. Toward the galactic rim, We're going beyond charted space, Anna explained. Beyond your borders, your territories, your expansion protocols. The galaxy's a big place. Plenty of room for everyone if you're willing to actually look. Jack's grin widened. We're calling it the long journey. By the time you're watching this, we'll be approximately 2 years ahead of your fastest pursuit ships. And in the uncharted territories we're heading to, your star maps are blank. Your supply lines don't exist. Your tactical advantages mean nothing. This isn't a retreat, Anna said firmly. It's a reboot. We're starting over on our own terms, free from the constraints of your galactic politics. We'll build new worlds, new civilizations, and maybe in a few thousand years, we'll meet again as equals instead of threats. The message continued with specific details. How they dismantled their infrastructure to prevent the Council from using it, how they'd left detailed records of their scientific and cultural achievements as a gift to the galaxy, and most chillingly, how they'd established quantum communication relays that would allow them to monitor Council space indefinitely. We know you could pursue us, Jack said, but think carefully about that. You'd be chasing 14 billion humans into unknown space where we have every advantage and you have none. And every ship you send after us is a ship not defending your own territories. Anna's expression softened slightly. We don't hate you. We understand fear. We've lived with it our entire existence, but we refuse to let fear trap us, so we're moving forward into the dark, like we always have. The transmission ended with star charts, not of where humans had gone, but of the vast uncharted regions they'd claimed as their new frontier. Regions so far from Council space that mounting any meaningful expedition would take decades. In the Council chambers, Zekthor stared at the empty tactical display. The Armada floated uselessly in the Sol system, their weapons aimed at nothing, their grand military strategy rendered obsolete before the first shot was fired. They ran, Counselor Ithmaya said quietly. No, Zekthor corrected, a strange note of respect entering his voice. They outmaneuvered us. They turned our own fear against us, made us focus on confrontation while they executed the largest strategic withdrawal in galactic history. The irony wasn't lost on anyone. The Council had pressed the button to eliminate the human threat. But by the time they'd acted, there were no humans left to eliminate. They'd slipped through the galaxy's fingers like water, disappearing into the cosmic frontier with the kind of audacious, improbable success that had defined their species from the beginning. As the Armada prepared to return home, scanners detected something on Earth's moon, a monument newly erected. It showed two figures, Anna and Jack, looking toward the stars with expressions of determination and hope. Below it, an inscription in Galactic standard. We were here. We will be again. The universe is large enough for all of us, if you have the courage to explore it together. The Galactic Council had hit the button to end humanity's expansion. But humans, as they'd always done, had simply changed the game entirely. Somewhere beyond the galactic rim, 14 billion voices sang songs of new worlds, and the age of human exploration had only just begun.